Some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouths. Others are born to work like mules, and some have bad posture. Some are born wearing silk and satin, while others dig caves just to survive the night. Some folks are just destined for wealth. A big pot needs a big lid, and big feet need big shoes. He should have been born into a rich family, but fate played a trick on him. So Joe lives free with his dog. While his wife was in the restroom, Joe packed his bags to roam the world. He brought the dog to the wild to play house. The barren hill is visible at a glance. Not a blade of grass grows here. It is known as the 3 hard fates of wilderness building. And this shiny tombstone of a rock is where Joe will settle down for the night. The right time in the right place. Joe does not have any of that luck. Without a word, he starts swinging the drill and axe. The soil quality is moderately soft, so it is not too bad. They say the beginning is the hardest part. But for Joe, the beginning was easy and the middle is hard. And it just gets harder as he goes. The soft soil was just a teaser for this massive engineering project. The real show begins with this 1-ton boulder. Joe works like a madman. He dares to dig rocks and hit walls. With a wolf on the left and a hawk on the right, he swings the hoe. The rocks stand tall like a forest. His hoe is worn down to a split. The lack of horsepower is awkward. The rock face is hard as iron, making Joe feel weak. He cannot use his strength. He dug from morning until noon and did not even reach 8 feet. If the whole progress follows this rhythm, then this tiny stone cave will not be finished in half a year. So Joe came up with a plan. He decided to show off his talent again. He brought out his signature move. Burn it all to the ground. Fine quality wood. He grabs a sack full of dry branches from inside. He steps on the gas, quickly turning the branches into sawdust to fuel the fire. A magnesium rod. Sparks fly everywhere. A couple of clicks, and the kindling is lit. You cannot lack firewood. If it goes out, you have to keep burning as long as you have wood. The fire is stronger than a rocket. Thick arms in the front, even thicker legs in the back. He goes in and out slaying demons. There are many wilderness builders globally, but as the founder of the burnt rock cave method, please watch Joe perform. Although the burning process is absolutely wonderful, we do not recommend beginners try this, because beginners might end their game of life early. Manual excavation is very dangerous. But Miner Joe is like a human Hercules, digging underground like a machine. His pickaxe is pure solid gold quality. Every strike down there is a wild guess, but he takes it one step at a time. He cannot just hope for blind luck. If that happens, it would be foresight. Preparing his own tomb ahead of time like an emperor, doing the work for his descendants in advance. The 3 greatest joys in life include moving into a new home. But right now Joe is panicking inside. He can only pray that bad things do not happen. If it really crashes down, the whole village will be coming to his funeral banquet. So every wilderness trip is not only a test of Joe's luck, but also a test of his skills. They say having a kitchen without a stove is like being a homeless beggar. Joe immediately arranges some small taps and big whacks. That destructive power is weaker than a spoon, but he somehow makes it look artistic. Although the tools were left by his grandfather's father, this process will either peel a layer of skin off Joe, or Joe will peel a layer off the rock. Others pass a house down for 3 generations. Joe comes from a humble background and started early. He vows to pass this down for 18 generations. The stones in northern Turkey are crunchy like chicken. He stacks them up with ease. Transporting them is not a violation, but that 200-pound rock could crush his exhausted little body at any moment. Joe is 28 this year, but he already has the face of a 40-year-old. Even though he claims to have his first kiss still, he is already the father of 5 children, because he has kids to raise and support to pay. When others rest for 15 minutes, he rests for maybe 7. 1 layer of stone and 1 layer of soil. As long as the skill is solid and you endure hardship, you can become the best of the best. So he has endless hardships to eat. Jeremiah Springfield Washington III, Jr. Esquire is Joe's full name. But nothing compares to the chimney factory he built. It is very grand and fancy. Joe's scalp is tingling, worried about falling off the cliff at night. He puts up protective fences with those heavy stones. Now he can go to the bathroom without fear. From now on, the mountains are his home. Where there is a genius, there is a rival. And where there is a rival, there is a talent. I admire Joe's spirit of facing difficulties head-on. 70% of Turkey's territory is highland. But Joe loves this land. He loves it deeply. So whether it is summer or winter, we see Joe's wilderness construction always halfway up the mountain. The advantage of winter is not needing to go down. He can get water for free right here. A few taps. If you want to say Joe is healthy, it comes from having 3 barbecues a day. Hot inside and cold outside. Alternating between ice and fire. Outdoor barbecue beats heaven. White snow plus fog. Chicken wings buried in the snow. You do not need to buy a fridge in winter. Joe worked hard for 2 days and 1 night. This is the celebration feast for his new home. He heats the oil pan and adds saffron. He tosses in a handful of brown rice and thin sticks. Mix it up, cover the pot, and then open it. Even though it is a portion for 2, Joe can finish it all by himself today. History is divided into 3 parts. Serve the emperor's rice bowl. Get a set of pancakes. Wilderness flatbread with meat skewers. This is the mainstream food of Turkey. Take a bite and it is crunchy chicken flavor. The protein is dozens of times more than yesterday. This is truly a miracle in wilderness history. A shining cave in a living hell. With his exquisite stone-burning skills, Joe earned a sweet on the left hill and a sweet on the right hill. This counts as completing a big task for his eldest son who is about to come of age. Please remember this man. Jeremiah Springfield Washington III, Jr. Esquire.